YouTubers, what's going on? This is Sniper1 coming at you with some more thoughts on some recent activity and comments I've been following on YouTube channels that feature Halo content across the web. Really YouTube stuff. I guess for today I just wanted to get off my chest. Hopefully I get more views than what I have right now, because with 21 subscribers and just under 500 views, that isn't telling me that my word is getting out there, or it's getting well, not that it's not getting as much viewership and as much acknowledgement, and maybe no one's hearing my voice as much as I thought. But I have been recently coming across more and more comments that are talking about that the changes that 343 Industries is not doing, or doing but incorrectly doing, to Halo 4. And the most recent one was Forge Island and the returning of the X marker on the HUD on your motion tracker system, which is great. I was earlier today, since I'm over in the Pacific Coast of the United States, well, 3 hours ago maybe, I was watching a video by from a former MLG personality, Gandhi, who was former Halo 2 pro on Team Carbon, I believe it was. And right now he is, I don't know what he's doing with the emoji right now, but basically he was talking about how 343 is he's happy that he put that they put the X marker back on the HUD, but it doesn't work. It works differently than it used to work. And I played a Griffball match today where I could actually see the X's for once, going, sweet, they're back. What I didn't realize is that I didn't see this until I was playing a CTF, a Lightning CTF game on Action Stack, that, well, when you die, you have the X, and then you have your service, whatever it is, name, like your clan tag, overhead, and it basically, sorry, I'm adjusting where I'm sitting, basically disintegrates. It kind of fades away, and people don't like that. And that makes me kind of wonder, why did 343 do that? Try and make it look cool? Possibility, definitely. But for one thing, they may have just tried to do something different. That's a good thing and a bad thing. With the amount of differences that they try to do with this game, they can either make them fail or they can make them work. And it's kind of mixed feelings with this, with the X marker come back, and I like it back. I didn't care if I didn't even realize it wasn't in the game for about 2 months. I'm going, oh, I forgot about it. But since they put it back in, it's great. But my question is, 343, why are you making so many changes that are unnecessary? No, not so many. A few changes that are unnecessary, or not doing changes that we want. One change that everyone barked about for a while was the bolt shot. That's range down. They updated it. It works great, even though I can't stand using that gun. It's nerfed. Everyone happy, even though people still don't like it as a loadout option. The other thing is the DMR. People, I've been whining. I kind of have it too. I'm guilty of this too. I'm sick of the fact that people do nothing but DMR in a game. It's an easy kill. The hit magnetism is huge. The bloom helps with nothing. It doesn't even randomize the bullets like Reaches did. And I'm playing, the more I play with DMR for Halo 4, the more I realize that, well, I really like Reach's DMR a lot better, because it was harder to use, the bloom was bigger, even though bloom was kind of one of the reasons why I failed, the entire game failed, even though I really enjoy Reach. But the reduced bloom and zero bloom worked for that game so well for this game, because the hit magnetism and the hit scan projectiles from the DMR, it's so, I don't know. It just feels like it's not the type of weapon that should be in a Halo game. It doesn't take a lot of skill to use, if you ask me. It's an easy 5-shot. And I'm just hoping that 343 ends up figuring out that we want that thing nerfed soon. As in reduced range, more bloom, just a little bit more bloom, just a little bit. Slower firing rate, Maybe somewhere to Regis. Not exactly sure. Something like that. And let's hit magnetism. And make the BR a 4-shot. I think that would even those two guns out really well, enough to where even I would use a DMR a lot more. But it hasn't happened yet. So I'm still waiting on what 343 is going to do. The one thing I just want to talk about is what a commenter on a video said today to me. I don't know if you guys know who Halo 4 follower is, but he's an awesome guy. He's done a lot of cool things with his stuff, and he loves the game. I think for the most part, he had a video out on Forge Island that just came out, and I downloaded it. The first thing I did on Halo 4 today was download. I went onto it, and I was astounded by what I saw. I thought it looked amazing, except the water graphics look kind of bland, but I'll get used to it. It's not the big of a deal. It's not going to ruin the whole point of Forge Island. But a comment that came to me said that I've already done this before, but saying to me that I need to have a video, or part of the video here, mentioning how this Halo is similar to Call of Duty. I've already done it, but I'll do it again. They're different games. They play differently, even though they're not as different as they used to be. And one is drastically better made, higher quality. And what I don't understand is that why are the things that people are mad about that 343 supposedly took from Call of Duty and put into the game when those things in Call of Duty are fun to use? It's some of the few things I liked about it. For example, armor abilities, or no, not those. Tactical packages and support upgrades. I kind of like those a little bit. It's similar to something in other games. They have those in other games. I guarantee it. I can't think of more than one off the top of my head, but they have them, and they're fun to use. The other thing is ordnance drops. They're not flipping the same thing as care packages. They're different. And you people don't seem to realize that. I liked care packages in Call of Duty. That was one of my favorite things about the game, was getting care package and possibly running over someone with it. Actually, I committed suicide once with that on Modern Warfare 2, but I couldn't stop laughing. It was funny. That was enjoyable. But what I'm starting to realize is that the things that they included from Call of Duty that were inspired from other game series, they don't always work well in our favorite game series, not franchise, game series. They don't always work well because they make it more complex and they make it a little unnecessarily random. There's a lot of random stuff in Halo. It's not a big deal. It's how it plays. Not all the time, but over the days, I have kind of lost track of what I wanted to get fleshed out off my mind and to you guys, my viewers. But since I've been commenting so much, I've kind of forgotten what those was about. And now since I remembered, because I'm talking about it, I kind of remember what they were about now. Basically what's been going on since the beginning of Halo 4. That it's the worst side of the series. It has a lot of mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. If they hate it, that's their opinion. If they don't like it, fine, don't play it. But don't bash the fun for everyone else. It ruins the time. It ruins our fun. So what if it doesn't have everything we wanted? 343 realizes that, and they're building more. They're taking their time to test it, because with games and the amount of the amount of time it takes to develop, to code, to test everything, to make sure it's not glitched out, takes a while. I know myself because I am going into the game industry. I'm in college for coding. Well, right now I'm just doing coding classes and computer systems classes. And pretty soon, once I hit a university, I'm finishing my second year at community college right now. As soon as I hit a university, I'll be going towards more game design oriented classes. And when oh man, doggone it, I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. People are just constantly constantly saying how 343 screwed up. And they're even doing it on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. Do you guys find pleasure from doing that so much? No one... I don't get it. Why do you guys want to badger them so badly? If you like their page, like what they're... appreciate their work and how much hard work and what they're trying to do. Not everything is what we like. But why would you like their page on Facebook or Twitter or social media websites just to flipping complain and whine about what you don't have? It's so, I don't know, to me, this may seem kind of weird, it's stressful. I like to go on those websites and see people saying, oh, that was hilarious, I love this game, or that was funny, but this game is okay, but it could be better. It could be a better game. Halo 4 needs some adjustments, and I'm guessing Halo 1 and Halo 2 needed the same things too. And right now, Halo 4 isn't getting as adjusted as I thought it was because 343 is doing a bunch of different things all once, and that's them. They're a company. They have a bunch of things to do. But they are getting it done. They are making sure... I have faith in what 343 is doing. I don't like what they've all done all the time. I like what they're doing a lot because they're refreshing the game. But they need to make sure that they keep the game to its roots and not go overly complex because that'll make it boring and that'll make it too complex to where it's not fun and it's just enjoyable to play. Halo 4 is not for me. I really, really, really like Halo 4. It's the most fun I've had since Halo 3. I've had more fun in Halo 4 than I had most of Reach. Not all of it. I had tons of fun in Reach most of the time. But I'm just sick and tired of people constantly whining. They get this, they whine about something else. They get that, they whine about the same thing that just came out. I'm going, really, guys? Can you not make up your mind? The Halo community is so destroyed online. It's a bunch of little kids whining about what they didn't get. If it's not up to the standards of the prior games or their own standards, it fails. I don't know why that has to be the norm. Not everyone can be pleased. It's understandable. But I'm just so sick and tired. I bet a bunch of others are too, of people constantly saying how this game is garbage compared to the other ones. It needs work, and it's getting it. Just longer than we thought. But it's improving. And some people don't like it. Fine, don't play it. But stop complaining about it when everyone else likes it. Doggone, what else I was gonna say? Oh, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm trying to think of something to say to you guys, and I lose track because I'm so concentrated on one thought. Yeah, it's frustrating, but I'm gonna try to not take too much of your time up because, well, I don't want this to get boring. It's already at 13 minutes long, and if this gets any more boring, then I'm probably gonna be losing some. Anyways, I'm just about blabbering on. What I really want to see more of is positivity. We need that. And we need open-minded people to realize that if Halo stayed the same, it would get boring. I have not got bored of Halo. It is the only game series I have not gotten bored of in my entire life. It's surprising for me. But because Halo 4 is a different game, like Reach was, people complain about it. Call of Duty, Battlefield, many other games, they stay very similar a lot. And yet, people either don't complain and they play it a lot, or they do complain because it's the exact same thing. Copy and paste. That's not how games should be. Games should be innovative, they should be creative. But you can't do a lot of that. You cannot drastically change a game so much that it plays very completely different. Halo 4 doesn't play completely different from the other games. It has its own unique playstyle that I haven't quite gotten down yet, but if you know what I mean. It just has a different feel to it, which is nice. That's why I like Halo so much. Every game is different. Every title has its differences, its downs, its ups, pros and cons, the whole shebang. You get it. But man, I keep on losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to think of this thing while my little brother's playing a game on the Xbox called Plants vs. Zombies with his friend. But I want to see more positivity. into the people that are playing Halo, that they stop complaining and they are more open-minded about the new things that are coming, and that's really what I want to see right now, because that and the upgrades that are coming, the CSR ranking system, I can't wait for that. Some other stuff that should really bring the population of this game up drastically. Or we'll have to wait till the next game comes out, because even Frank O'Connor from 343 Industries mentioned that they did not do a lot. They messed up in a few places on Halo 4, which is noticeable, definitely, but they understand, and that's good. But if the ranking system that comes out does not bring back a lot of people, it saddens me. Between 35 and 57,000 people play Halo 4. That's pathetic. There used to be the days where you could have 250 to 375,000 maybe playing a game. I miss those days. And people won't go on playing it because of, well, if they don't want to play because they have lives. Yeah, well, I have a life too. You can't always play Halo. You can't always play games because you're busy. Completely understandable. But if you're going to, but the population, that's a huge factor in determining how popular and how famous Halo is these days. I want to see it go back up again on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, Fridays. It can, well, I don't know about Fridays, but on Saturdays and Sundays, it can reach over 50,000 people, which is pretty good for Halo 4 itself. But I mean, the days where you had 200,000 to 300,000 people over, it's quite a few people online. I miss that. As a side note, I apologize if I'm speaking too fast. My webcam on my laptop is a piece of crap, even though this laptop is great. It has a low frame rate, so it doesn't always capture all my movements of my facial expressions, but it is what it is. I'm just warning you guys that I'm gonna try to save this on my laptop and upload it to Windows Movie Maker, and try to upload it in high resolution. I'm gonna try that. If it doesn't, I'll upload this as the way it is, and well, it's gonna be 360 or 320p. I don't have a capture card software yet. I don't have an HD webcam. I hope you guys see what I'm going after. Is that you have to give a company time, even if they're brand new, or even if they're helming one of the best, or if not the best, video game console series ever created. There are many that can rival that. But you have to give them time. They want to change certain things to make it fresh. That's awesome. I love it. But you have to give them time. If they don't do everything correct the first game, let them try again. But if the next game has the same screw-ups, that will be the beginning of the downfall of Halo. I don't want to see that. If the next game, like I said, has some issues where it's not like we want it to be, even though 343 Industries says they didn't do everything correct, that's gonna be the beginning of the end for Halo. At least the multiplayer of it. The story, they did a phenomenal job with the campaign. I adored it. And the Spartan Ops, love Spartan Ops. I just don't play it as often as I used to. Anyways, if I haven't tied any loose ends with my talking, then just feel free to comment and like down below. And next video, I'll try to kind of wrap it up a little better. I don't want to make you guys bored, but I think this is the end of what I'm going to say, and I feel kind of better now because I got this off my chest. I would love it if more people heard what I'm going to say, because I've heard some people that are actually pretty big YouTubers that have agreed with me. Afterfrag, and a couple of others, if you know who Afterfrag is. He's a Halo guy. He's a pretty darn good Halo player, editor, montage maker. But there's been a few that have agreed with me. Not all, but there's only been a couple, so a couple ain't good enough though. I like to have more, and whatever I can get is good, because then the more people that hear me and what people think they should be fixed and what they enjoy about the game is out there, and the more people will kind of realize that, yeah, they should start to enjoy the game, even though it has some flaws, and they should really give the company time to continue to perfect their game. No, not perfect, you can never get a perfect game, but to continue to build the game up. Every update makes the game better and better. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for now. So, like I said earlier, I'm gonna try to upload this a certain way. If not, this will be the way it is until I get my own money to get a better software for webcam. So, Thank you for hearing my rant, guys. Not really a rant, but conversation to you guys. Whoever's out there listening to me. I hope I can have more subscribers in the future and they can get my word out there and others too. And we can just enjoy playing a game that has been around for almost 12 years, 11 or 12 years, and that we continue to strive to have fun with, and we love every day. So that's it. Talk to you guys later.